All right, we starting in 3, 2, 1. All right, what's going on? And welcome back to another One Shot podcast. This is episode 4. I want to say this is episode 4, episode 5. I'm not sure at the moment, but today is 5.
Yep.
Okay, yeah. And today we're joined by one of my old friends, 7th grade. We go way back. This is my boy Danarrion Ard. Danarrion, why don't you introduce yourself?
What's up, y'all? I'm Danarrion Ard. I'm a class of 2022. Already graduated. Signed and stamped. I'm going to Arkansas State University, class of 26. Y'all probably gonna see me on TV soon. So stay tuned for that.
Yes, sir. Keep up with my boy. He's broken plenty of records, and we're gonna ask him a lot of questions in this interview. Well, we're gonna see exactly. We'll pick his brain a bit, but with that being said, we can go ahead and get started. Gavin, I'll actually let you ask some of your questions first because you had a bit more than I did, so I'll let you start off this one.
All right. Okay. At one point, you played football, right, Danarrion, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What played into that decision to drop that and focus fully on track?
Football, I was a real good athlete in football, so I felt like I could have played both football and track. But at the same time, I kind of, gained a passion for track because after my sophomore season, I started seeing improvement. But, I still knew I wasn't the best. And we had a football game, and that next day we had a track meet. So after the football game, I had to go home, get rest, and then the next day I had a track meet, and it was like 500 teams there. And I told myself, I was like, if I go here and run 10-7, I'm going to stop playing football, and I'm strictly focused on track. Because at that time, our football team, they were not good. I think they went like 0-10, like 0-10 that year. So I was like, this is not for me. So I went out, I went 10-7, and I made a name for myself. And I was like, I'm just strictly focused on track. And that's how it happened. So that's how I'm the track star I am now.
Okay. Would you say football played like a big role in your speed and conditioning?
Not really. I've always been like an athletic guy. I just never had the right coaching. So no, not really.
So would you say like outside coaches outside of the school kind of help you train your body better? Like, because I know you run for Heart of Georgia, and I don't know if you ran for any other AAU teams, but would you say like the coaching out there kind of helped you train your body more? Or would you say that was more of your own research and like just learning how to take care of your body and train your body and things like that?
Oh yeah, most definitely. My Heart of Georgia coach, DT, he taught me everything. He taught me everything that I need to know, from eating right, having a good diet, exercising, like knowing when to go to the weight room and not go to the weight room, because the weight room, it plays a big part of your athletic ability and your speed. So DT, he played a big role, and I give props to him because without him, I wouldn't be the man I am today.
That's interesting because obviously when you're playing like AAU and school, they can be kind of tough because even though AAU season is, at least in track too, is after the school season, right?
Yeah.
But it can be kind of tough to balance out both. But I guess having both there and training with both, would you say that also helped you kind of because as soon as that season was over, you just kept working like all summer?
Oh yeah, most definitely. So it's like I was in shape 24/7. So when school season stopped ending, I bounced right into summer season. And then when summer season, school season. So I was like, I was more ahead and more in shape than everybody else at the time.
Yeah, and another thing about that is it takes a certain level of poise and dedication to be like, I'm not going to take the summer off. I'm going to just keep grinding, keep playing. So, and definitely major props to you for that, man, because I know a lot of people will fold, so good job. But I can go ahead and ask my first question. So obviously it takes a certain drive to make it to the Division I level as an athlete, but especially as a track athlete. So can you speak on what motivated you the most to reach that next level and kind of like what's going to keep pushing you to get better and better even after you make it to that or after you start playing in that level?
I felt like what motivated me the most was because, I grew up with my mom, most of y'all don't know, I don't live with my mom. She lives in Chicago with 4 of my other siblings. And I moved out here in like 2nd grade. So my mom, just focus on them. And, I'm the oldest out of 5. So I feel like me finishing high school and me going to college is going to help my siblings look up and be like, oh, like if my big brother can do it, then I can do it. And from the college standpoint, I feel like, I'm going to go in, I'm going to break plenty of records and make a name for myself. So I feel like I'm going to keep going and going. And eventually, I'm going to turn pro. And yeah, so why stop now? And I can keep going.
I see. So you kind of want to be like an inspiration to like your younger siblings, like, and just kind of like push them forward. So do they play sports like track and basketball as well?
Sometimes, but my little brother, he played baseball, and I have 2 infant brothers, and I have a little sister, but she be in the books a lot.
Okay. But I mean, it's still good because like, no matter if you choose to do sports, like no matter what sport you choose, or if you just choose to go down the academic route, I mean, it's still going to take a massive amount of work to, be the best you can be. So I think no matter what they choose to do, I think seeing you like reach the level that you're at and continue to be great, I think that will do exactly what you wanted to do, which is inspire them and let them know like, hey, I can do it too. And I think that's something that a lot of people who have either younger siblings or even older siblings, like I think they would agree, or they can even kind of relate to you in that way.
As an athlete like you who competed during quarantine, how did you use that time to grow?
Quarantine, that was a bad time for athletics at the moment. So we were virtual, so I could have went and worked out, really any time of the day I wanted. But, I had to, keep a great schedule. So after I did my schoolwork, then I go to AAU practice. And then, I had the same routine every day. So even though we were still out of school and not playing sports, I was still, playing sports. But I was really playing, but I was just getting the necessary training that I need to get better.
I see. So would you say that quarantine kind of like pushed your career forward and made you stronger, or would you say that it was just kind of like the same for you? What describe quarantine and how hard it was, or if how easy it was for you. That's what I want to know, if that makes sense.
I feel like quarantine was pretty easy. Well, I feel like it was pretty easy because it kind of gave me a heads up of what I needed to do because I came out of school, quarantine, I had all A's. So that played a very big role of my athletic standpoint. And I feel like I always had one up on everybody from an athletic standpoint because I was always training. So I feel like quarantine did me a great amount of good.
I see. So while other people were sleeping during quarantine and resting, you were grinding.
Yes, sir.
And that actually leads me to my next question. So you said you were telling me before the interview that your 11th grade year wasn't exactly the strongest, right?
Uh-huh.
So what would you say changed between 11th grade and senior year? What would you say changed and like made you become like, because obviously, I mean, you're going to Arkansas State, you're the number 1 player in our state, you're one of the most hated athletes in the state. So what would you say kind of motivated you from going from 11th grade, where at least from your perspective you weren't that good, to now where you're literally number 1 in the state?
I feel like it's my work at the end. Like, track, you have to have a dog mentality. So like it's excuse my language, but it's either shit on or get shit on. Like that's how I see it. Mm-hmm. And my junior year, my work ethic was terrible. I lose a race and then I put my head down and be like, oh, bro, I cannot do this. Like I quit. But literally, like that's a part of sports. Like losing is gonna happen. Like you're not gonna never win it all. So I started progressing towards the end of the season. My time started dropping. And then I finally got to state, like my first time ever. Like I got to state, and then I didn't make it past prelims. Like I fell, and I told myself, I was like, look, like I'm not gonna never go through this again. So yeah, I kind of use that as my motivation to come back bigger and better my senior year.
When did you realize you had a chance to take this to the collegiate level?
I say after my first couple meets of my it was indoor season. I don't think I know, but they don't have the full 100. They have like the 60-meter dash. And it was my first time running like the 60. And I went and I broke the Alabama indoor record with a 6.86. So, and I set the meet record at the time. And I was like, I told myself, I was like, I can most definitely go D1 from this. So yeah, that's when I kind of knew. I was like, yeah, like I can do this.
So that's when you were like, oh yeah, I can actually, I might actually be able to like go to the Olympics. Like, is that where your mind was at, or like were you just like, you know what, I'm gonna just focus on going D1?
Yeah, I was just focused on finishing high school and going to college.
I see. So is there anyone, and this is a question that we ask a lot of people, but for track, I'm actually more curious. Is there anyone on the team right now, like any underclassmen that you would say has the potential to like surpass you or get to your level? Like maybe like I don't know, like junior, sophomore, whoever, like somebody on the team right now, and you're like, oh yeah, like they're gonna be really good when they're my age.
Yeah, most definitely. You ever heard of Zion Mitchell?
Oh yeah. I've seen him.
Yeah. Zion got injured. He got injured, but you know when he comes back from the injury and he's 100%, he's most definitely gonna be the best player on that team next year. No, like hands down, he's gonna be the best player, probably even in the county.
No, so you're that confident in him? Oh
yeah, 100% confident.
Do you see something in him? Like, do you see like a drive or a work ethic? Or is he just like what about him stands out to you?
His independence, like he don't never like to lose. Like he's always working. Like you know, even when he tore both his cartilages in his knee, he still wants to run. Like he gets upset when he doesn't win or when he can't run. And like I think that's a great characteristic of being a great track athlete. You know, he has it in him to be the best.
Oh yeah, definitely. Because I mean, when you're talking about running, at least this is what I gather. You know, when you're talking about running, it's kind of like it's a mentality. You know, there's a mentality, and that's in every sport. But especially in running, there's a certain mindset that you need to have. And if you don't have it, then I don't think you're going to be able to succeed. Because even in training and playing too, it's like it's all mental, or not all, but you know, a lot of it is mental, man. So definitely, if he has that sort of mentality, I do think that he'll be very successful.
All right, now that you're signed to Arkansas State, what are you aiming to achieve your first year?
Get my name out there, break as many records as possible. And I want to win conference my first year. My first year, I want to go and I want to win the whole Sun Belt Conference.
So you have a pretty big goal for your first year then.
Yes, sir.
All right, I guess I'll go ahead and ask my next question. So can you describe what, and I guess I asked a similar question to this earlier, but can you describe what goes into keeping your body in shape, healthy, and ready to go each season?
You know, as a track athlete, you really have to stay pinpoint on your body. So, you know, it's a lot of certain things that you can do and can't do. And I think water plays a big role. You know, hydrate your body every meet because, you know, during the summer in school, you're in like 95-degree weather, and like the more you move around and sit around, the more energy you lose, and you have to really hydrate your body. And the foods you eat, I recommend eat a lot of green foods, you know, so you can clear out your insides. So it's better to feel light when you're running. And I also think exercising 24/7, you know, 24/7, it does you great good. And, you know, lift weights, but not heavy weights, you know, because that'll most definitely make you stronger.
I see. So you're basically saying, and I want to ask you some more about your diet. Like, what is the typical lunch, breakfast, and dinner for you? Because a lot of people, like, you know, a lot of people don't believe, because in the present, the stuff that people eat don't really hurt them, but in the future it will, you know, and a lot of people just don't think about that. So like, what is your kind of like average diet?
Yeah, I don't have the best diet. Like, I don't eat healthy every single day, but you know, the times where I can, you know, I kind of try, but you know, it's a time and place for everything. So I know when to eat good and when not to eat good. So like, let's say I have a meet tomorrow, so I've been like really hydrating all weekend, drinking plenty of water, Pedialyte, and I've been eating a lot of good food like salads, and I've been eating plenty of fruit. So, I won't have any effects towards my body that will cause me to lose my races tomorrow. Usually, after practice, I probably get like a salad or something from like Zaxby's or Chick-fil-A.
For my next question, what was your favorite memory on and off the track this senior season?
Most definitely my team. That team I had is like they're like a family to me, and I think the best memory we had was when it was a county meet. We was on a 4x1, and the dude he was talking trash, and he was like, "Oh, I see what the line is and that." So I said, "Okay, bet, we'll see." So I ran past him, and I looked back at him twice, and my whole team came down. We just hyped me up, and I felt like that was a great team moment.
Yeah, it was pretty ridiculous though. It was pretty funny to see, like, and I think I was talking to you about this before, Gavin, but just to see you look back at him and like I think the video was edited to where it like slowed down.
Yeah.
I mean, that was just that was hilarious, man. Was that the same? You said that was the same meet where they had like slid up on your story and like they were like talking trash, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so why don't you kind of break that down a little bit for the audience, right? Kind of like what happened that meet, like before that meet, kind of like the calm before the storm.
I got you. So it was like I think it was 2 days before the meet. We were practicing, and I was feeling real confident. I was feeling real good. I was like, yeah, like, bro, like we got this in the bag. Handoffs were crisp at practice. And I took a layout picture. It was me, JT, my coach, and then I put best team in 5 on guide or whatever. And then I posted on my story. So I got home from practice. I got like 15, 20 notifications. And then I get screenshots from other people on the other team talking about he don't believe in the same guy we believe in, because if he did, he wouldn't say that, this and that. And then people saying, "Oh my God, like Eagles land is nothing without Danarrion or JT, blah blah blah." So then, I was like, I didn't really entertain it. I didn't say nothing at all. All I said was, what, just wait till the meet, and then I'll talk my talk after we win it all. And then, the day before the meet, I actually have a picture. I took a picture with 2 first place trophies in my hand. And then I said, I'm going to recreate this picture when I win. And then that's exactly what I did. So after the meet, me and JT, we took a picture of the trophy and we kissed it. And then we said, "Oh, y'all not talking now." And then we made so many memes. I definitely make sure I send it to you after this. We made so many memes after that.
Yes, please send us those memes. We'll have them playing. We'll have them playing over that, like while you were talking. But man, that is actually really funny, dude.
It was like trolls. Yeah, we were most definitely trolling them a lot.
Yeah, I wish I was at this track meet because, hey man, I wouldn't even be on the field and I would have been talking crazy. I mean, because it's just funny to me, like when people get mad at that kind of thing, because it's just always funny to me, especially when they lose. It's just like it's fun. It's hilarious to me.
What's like one piece of advice you'll leave for the team for next year?
Always have a good team bond. Like always have a good relationship with your teammates and coaches, because most teams, they have a lot of toxic relationships, but the team this year, I think we were a well-rounded family. So I say always, keep your teammates close, because you never know when you can need them.
I see. So do you think that togetherness that you guys had this year kind of made you guys an even better team?
Yes, sir. Most definitely.
Especially when it comes to the 4x1. I mean, you guys, because obviously I've been following you for years now. And I've just seen it on your story. Like, you guys just seem to have a really, really tight, like those 4 that you named, or 5 is it on the 4x1?
4.
Those 4 that you named to me earlier. I mean, like, you guys seem to have like a really tight bond, man. And that's
you like family.
Yeah, it's like you said, it's like family, man. I think that plays a big part in winning, especially in like I said, in a sport like track. So that's definitely a good piece of advice. But I guess I have one more question for you, man. From me. And
Yes, sir.
that is kind of. Oh, I'm sorry. It was it was in my head, bro, but I forgot. Yeah, if you can ask your next question, bro, let it come back to me.
I know you like harped on this earlier, but like, do you have any aspirations of going pro after your collegiate career?
Oh yeah, most definitely. If I'm where I'm at, by the time I run around, I feel like I most definitely, go pro. I feel like it'd be the best decision for me to do. But I want to finish college. I don't want to go pro and not finish college. I'm gonna come back and do what I have to do and finish college. So after I done my track career, I always have a backup. I always have my backup plan.
No,
Okay.
so wait, what did you say? Did you say what your backup plan was? I missed it.
I want to major in business and management. So when I'm said and done track, I can come back, create my own track team, and we become one of the greatest teams in the nation.
I see. That's a really strong goal. And and I know that there's this brand going on around our school. I don't know what the name of it is, but I've seen you with the hoodie on before. Have you ever considered like doing your own brand kind of thing, or is it just like for your business you kind of just you want it to be track?
I never really, wanted to create my own brand. I just support my black brothers around sometimes.
Yeah, I can understand that. Gav, do you have any more questions?
No, I'm good.
All right, well.
Actually, no, hold on.
Oh, okay.
Do you have like any plans to capitalize off the NIL?
I have a couple now, but I don't think it'll be the best thing for me to say right now. But I have a couple right now. Well, going into my freshman year.
Understandable. I guess there are some things you just can't talk about yet, or you can't talk about at the moment. But with that being said, Danarrion, we appreciate you for coming on. That's love, bro. We really appreciate you. Gav, if you don't have any more questions, we can go ahead and close this one out.
Yeah, just like, comment, subscribe, and follow Danarrion's social medias down below.
All right.
I appreciate it, guys.
And Danarrion, do you have any more closing remarks that you want to give to the audience or anyone from Eagles Landing who might be watching?
Oh, yes, sir. Always bet on yourself, no matter what other people think of you. And always be confident in your ability to win. That's all I got to say.
Okay. And with that being said, guys, that's it from us. Thank you for watching. This is Nate, Gavin, and Danarrion. Shout out to my boy Danarrion. Big shout out. And with that being said, it's Anything Goes, One Shot Podcast, and we out.